Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Dandy's world and checking out something that can really make or break your run, trinkets. These little items are game changers, giving you all kinds of buffs and making it way easier to survive those tough floors. Whether you're just starting out or pushing through the higher levels, the right trinket can seriously carry you through some of the game's hardest challenges. So, in today's video, we're going to break down the ultimate trinket tier list for Dandy's world, showing you which ones are worth grabbing and which ones you might want to leave behind. From boosting your damage to giving you that sweet extra health, we've got everything covered. Let's get into it and see which trinkets will help you dominate and reach those higher floors. Ready? Let's go! I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking trinkets in Dandy's world. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
A very small portion of the audience is subscribed to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like these types of videos. Thanks.
The trinkets in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Blushy Bat, Lucky Coin, Brick, Coin Purse, Ribbon Spool, and Speedometer. Alright folks, now we're diving into the D tier trinkets in Dandy's world. The ones that, let's be honest, are basically just taking up space in your inventory, and I know what you're thinking, but why isn't the Brick S tier? Look, I get it. The fact that a brick even exists as a trinket is a bold move, but let's be real, it's not doing you any favors. These trinkets are, let's just say, you'll want to swap them out as soon as you can. First up, we've got the Blushy Bat. This one's a bit of a troll move if I'm being honest. It straight up increases the attack cooldown of Twisted by 3 whole seconds. Like, really? That's an eternity in this game, and you've got to join the Blush Crunch group for it, which feels like more work than the payoff. I'd say, give this one a hard pass unless you're just feeling particularly masochistic. Then we've got the Lucky Coin, which sounds promising until you realize it boosts a random stat by 12%. So, you're either getting buffed where you need it, or you're re-rolling your life on every new floor. And the requirement? 100% research on Twisted GG. You'll be grinding for a trinket that might as well flip a coin on whether it's useful. Seriously, luck is in the name for a reason. Oh, and let's not forget the Coin Purse. You start with 30 extra tapes. Yeah, that's cute and all, but we're out here battling for survival, not shopping for candy. This one's just meh. Not to mention, the Ribbon Spool is over here trying to be useful, giving you 10% movement speed on even numbered floors, but even then, you've got to fully research Twisted Razzle and Dazzle. So, unless you're doing the number crunching, that speed boost is just gonna feel random. The trinkets in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Blue Bandana, Pool Toy, Fishing Rod, Bone, Fancy Coin Purse, Feather Duster, Light Bulb, Thinking Cap, and Megaphone. Alright, let's dive into the C tier trinkets in Dandy's world, where things start to get a little underwhelming. I mean, look, if you have nothing else to work with, these trinkets can get you through, but they're just not going to blow your mind. Let's break it down, starting with the Blue Bandana. Now, Blue Bandana sounds cool, right? But all it does is increase your extraction speed by 7.5%. And if you've played Dandy's world, you know that's barely a blip on the radar. Oh, and it decreases skill check chances by 5%, which isn't exactly game-changing either. I guess if you're struggling with those skill checks and really want to speed up extractions, it might help a little, but you have to complete 100% research on Twisted Boxton for this. Yeah, I'd rather save my time. Next up, Pool Toy. So this one's kind of fun. You get a nice speed boost. It increases both your walk and the run speed by 25%, which is great when a new floor arrives, but it only triggers for that moment. You'll feel super speedy for like 10 seconds, and then back to normal. And after surviving 30 floors and completing 100% research on any Twisted, you might be hoping for something a bit more lasting, right? The Fishing Rod. This trinket is like, hey, let's start the game with a few extra goodies. You get 3 random common or rare items right from the get-go, but here's the thing, most of the time, those items aren't all that special. You're not going to be pulling legendary loot out of this rod, plus, you have to complete 100% research on Twisted Fin, which is a bit of a grind. It's fine, but it's not really a game changer. Now let's talk about Bone. It's kind of like getting a little sugar rush every time you pick up an item. 25% movement speed boost for 4 seconds, but like, 4 seconds? What is that? Enough time to grab a drink and run in circles? It's fun while it lasts, but it's just too short to be truly helpful. Plus, you gotta finish 100% research on Twisted Pebble to even get it. And last one for now, Fancy Coin Purse. You start with plus 100 tapes, which might seem handy at the beginning, but after you've played a few rounds, you'll realize that those 100 tapes disappear quicker than you can say Twisted Tegan. It's like pocket change in the grand scheme of things. You're better off saving that research time for something more impactful, trust me. So yeah, that's the rundown of the C tier trinkets. Use them if you must, but don't get too attached. They're like that one friend who's cool to hang out with, but always flakes out at the last minute. You know they're not going to carry you to victory. The trinkets in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: alarm, crayon set, Dandy's plush, thermos, pop pack, friendship bracelet, water cooler, sweet charm, and machine manual. Alright, let's dive into some B tier trinkets in Roblox Dandy's world. Now, B tier isn't all bad, but these trinkets are a bit too situational or just not as game changing as some of the higher tier options. So while you can get value out of them, there are definitely better picks out there. But hey, let's break down what we've got here. First up, we have alarm, which is pretty straightforward. It increases both your walk and run speed by 25% when panic mode is activated. Sounds great, right? But the catch is, it only kicks in during panic mode, which isn't something you want to be in all the time. Still, if you're in a pinch, that extra speed could help you escape some sticky situations. To unlock this one, you've got to survive 50 floors. Not too bad for a boost when things get hectic. Now, crayon set is next, and it's kind of an interesting one. It lets you pick up an uncommon item on each floor, which is solid if you're the kind of player who loves to gather resources and maximize efficiency. But the downside is, it's pretty random, so if you're hoping for something more specific or powerful, it might not deliver. You'll need to complete 100% research of twisted scraps to get your hands on this one though. Dandy's plush is a fan favorite for anyone who loves to shop because it gives you a massive 50% discount on all items in Dandy's shop. That's a great deal if you're stocking up on items frequently. The downside, you've got to complete 100% research on Twisted Dandy to unlock it, which can take a while. Still, if you're into grabbing a bargain and stretching your resources, this one's for you. Next is Thermos, which gives you a nice 15% boost to your stamina regeneration. It's a pretty decent perk if you find yourself running low on stamina a lot, but again, it's not something that will make or break your run. The requirements are to survive 50 floors and pick up 50 items. Simple enough, but you'll probably find other trinkets more useful in the long run. Pop pack is one of those trinkets that feels really niche. You gain a pop item on each floor, which is neat if you're a fan of these items and they fit your playstyle. But, much like crayon set, it can feel pretty situational depending on what's happening in the game. To unlock it, you need to buy 30 items from Dandy's shop and pick up 75 items, so it's definitely a commitment if you're keen on grabbing this one. Lastly, friendship bracelet is kind of fun, especially if you're playing with a team. It gives you 5 stamina for each toon alive in the round, maxing out at 40. So if you've got a solid squad, this could be really helpful. But if you're solo or your team's having a rough time, it's not going to do much for you. To get it, you need to complete 100% research of Twisted Goob. Fun, but again, pretty situational. So those are the B tier trinkets. They're not terrible by any means, but you really have to think about your playstyle and whether or not these fit what you're trying to achieve. If you're more of a situational or niche player, these might be perfect for you, but if you're looking for more consistent, powerful bonuses, I'd recommend looking at some higher tier options. The trinkets in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Diary, Wrench, Nightcap, Participation Award, Pink Bow, Savory Charm, Speedy Shoes, Vanity Mirror, and Cardboard Armor. Alright, let's talk about some of the top tier trinkets in Dandy's world. These A tier trinkets are must-haves for your toons, seriously. While some may shine a bit more for specific characters, they're universally great. So even if you think one might not fit your playstyle right off the bat, trust me, it's probably better than you think. First up, we've got the Diary. This thing is all about stealth, boosting it by a solid 25%. Imagine sneaking around undetected, setting up plays while enemies have no clue what's happening. To unlock it though, you'll need to complete 100% research of Twisted Flutter. It's a bit of work, but the reward? Totally worth it, especially if you're playing a sneaky toon. Then, there's the Wrench, a personal favorite. This bad boy gives you a massive boost to extraction on the very first machine you use. It's a one-time activation per floor, but that's all you need to make a serious impact. It's like hitting the fast forward button on your extraction progress. And let's be real, who doesn't love speeding things up in a game like this? For those of you who like to manage stamina, and who doesn't, check out the Nightcap. It cranks up your stamina regeneration by 40% when you're extracting from a machine. This trinket is perfect for those high-intensity moments when you're trying to keep things moving but need to recover quickly. You'll need to complete 100% research on Twisted Astro to grab this one. Moving on, the Participation Award is perfect for anyone who likes to show off their skill checks. It increases your skill check chance by 25%, but also shrinks the skill check size by 10%, so you're trading ease for frequency. It's a great risk-reward trinket, and once you get the hang of it, it can be a game changer. Unlock it by completing Twisted Shelly's research, and you'll be skill checking like a pro in no time. And let's not forget the Savory Charm. This is your get out of jail free card when things go south. It saves you from a fatal attack and gives you invincibility for a solid 10 seconds. 10 whole seconds to either regroup, escape, or turn the tables on your enemy. It's a lifesaver in every sense of the word, and you can snag it by completing Twisted Sprout's research. So yeah, these are just a few of the awesome A-tier trinkets in Dandy's world. Equip one, equip them all. You really can't go wrong with any of these. The trinkets in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Dog Plush, Magnifying Glass, and V's Remote. Alright, let's talk about some of the best trinkets in Dandy's world. These S-tier trinkets are absolute lifesavers, and if you're wondering which ones are worth grinding for, let me break them down for you. These little guys don't just sit pretty in your inventory, they really do make a difference, especially when you're trying to get away from those twisted enemies. First up, we've got the Dog Plush. This one is all about speed, and who doesn't love a little extra speed boost when you're being chased, right? The Dog Plush increases your walking speed by a solid 10%, and trust me, that makes all the difference when you're trying to juke enemies and make a clean getaway. The catch? You've got to finish 100% research on Twisted Toodles, but honestly, it's worth the grind. Now, let's talk about the Magnifying Glass. This one's for the skill check pros out there. It decreases the size of your skill check by 33%, making it a bit more challenging. But here's the kicker. Every time you nail a successful skill check, you get an extra bit of completion. So not only are you flexing your skill check game, but you're also speeding up your tasks. To snag this beauty, you'll need to complete 100% research on Twisted Roger, so maybe grab some popcorn and settle in for that grind. Finally, we've got V's Remote, and this one's crazy powerful. The first machine you extract from. Boom. Instantly completed, but there's a twist. It only works if less than half the machines are done, and you can only use it once per floor. Still, it's a massive time saver and can turn the tide when you're in a pinch. As with the others, you'll need to fully research Twisted V to unlock this bad boy, so buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride, but these trinkets are so worth it. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.